Brought down.
Okay, cool. You get the front row, middle spots. You get the
Hey, how about that?
Hey, well, everybody, I am Liz Nelson, Program Director at the Senior Center, and I'm really pleased to welcome Jordan Chen, dietitian,
Yes.
as a representative of the Food and Farm Council that's in Riley County. And I'm going to let her explain what the Food and Farm Council is. They are asking, or they approached us about partnering with the Senior Center to provide programs like this, like cooking demonstrations, nutrition information, all things food and farm.
Yeah, and food safety.
And food safety, all kinds of things. And so I'm excited about that. We're going to try to do once a month, or it may end up being, we'll see where things go. But I'm going to turn the floor over to Jordan and let her take it away. And
Thank you guys so much for coming. So yeah, as she mentioned, my name is Jordan Chen. I'm actually the leader of the nutrition education portion of the Food and Farm Council. So I'm doing the first food demo for this month, and then there's a couple other people we're going to rotate and try to do maybe the last Wednesday of the month, but we're very flexible. And the topic I thought would be really good is like healthy cooking for one, because I know it's a struggle. I work a lot with people one-on-one, and they just are like, I don't know how to, just make food for one person. I don't want to eat leftovers all the time. And I assume that's why a lot of you guys are here. So yeah, we could get to it. So I was going to make 3 recipes. It's going to be the glazed salmon, the walnut and Parmesan crusted tilapia, and then the healthy broccoli salad.
Did you say that one more slowly?
Yeah, glazed salmon,
Okay.
Walnut and Parmesan crusted tilapia, and healthy broccoli salad. What's your question?
In looking through the recipes, there's nothing exotic in there. Thank you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were sad there wasn't. I was like, oh, I'm not a super exotic cook. Although my husband owns a Chinese restaurant, but I didn't get the Chinese side. Yeah, let's get to it then. Any other questions before I start? Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know as you go. I like to be interactive. So, hello. There's recipe cards right there if you want to grab it. Okay.
There's 3 of them.
All right, 3 of them. Okay. So as you can see, I don't have an oven, so some of the equipment I brought my own air fryer in place of the oven, but you can bake it either way. Either way works. So let's do the salmon that's marinated. Generally, it's good to marinate it for an hour beforehand. It's not good to marinate it too long, too much over an hour, because the fish kind of falls apart if you marinate it too long. But if it's a different protein you use it for, like chicken or beef, you can marinate that almost all day, all day. But for fish, about an hour is good. And I already had one marinating over there. I started right when I got here, 45 minutes ago. But we're gonna start by adding in about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And I know that says light soy sauce, I just didn't have any on hand. This is regular. Does anyone watch their sodium intakes in here? Yeah, I would assume, yeah. I work a lot.
I must be what it shouldn't do.
Yeah, so it'd be best to definitely get a light soy sauce if you're doing this. I just didn't have that today. And then we're gonna put, I need to follow. Okay, then we're also going to put a tablespoon of mustard. So
She measures
I'm
good.
Yeah, I usually would have all the little things, I was at Hy-Vee and I would have everything out, but I don't have as much stuff. But I cook all the time at home, so I know how to measure things, eyeball it. Cooking.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, cooking is an art, not a science, luckily. Baking, on the other hand, you gotta measure. So then about 1/4 cup of honey. And then I want to put in some garlic, to give it extra flavor as well. And I'm kind of embarrassed about this, but I used to cut garlic a very inconvenient way. And I just found out about, squishing the garlic to do it. I was like, I cannot believe how much time I've wasted in cutting garlic the wrong way. But yeah, you squish it, have 1 clove of garlic. It's pretty shelf stable, so if you're like trying to limit the amount of ingredients you have in your house, like garlic is a really good, go-to ingredient to have for flavor.
I buy the little jars of minced garlic, pre-minced garlic.
That's even better.
That's handy.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And you can get them real tiny, maybe like a 4 ounce, and then more like a 6 or 8, and then they have big old, like, I don't know, it's like a pretty big one, so.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, if you even wanted, you probably could just put garlic powder in there too, just for some extra flavor, and you can really change the flavor profiles however you want to. This is just something I had put together, and then I made the nutrition facts match it as well. Then we also have just a little bit of pepper, dash, and about a tablespoon of olive oil. Okay, and then we're gonna mix that up. Okay. Any questions so far or comments?
What did you mean about squishing the garlic?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you saw me, but okay, let's say I have this, like a piece of garlic. Can you see this?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I literally put the blade of the knife on it, like flat, and I go,
Oh,
yeah,
well, much easier to get the skin off.
Oh,
so easy.
Not very.
It was embarrassing how long it took me to like figure out that that's way easier than, peeling it. So. Okay, and that's the marinade right there. So what you do is you just take your salmon fillet and like have it in a small bowl, and probably the smaller the better, so it can like cover the sides better. I'm not gonna lie, usually when I do this I have 2 fillets.
Yeah.
So yeah, but then you just put it in your fridge for like an hour, and then you put it in the oven for about like 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, and it'll be good to go. And I'm gonna make my tilapia first before I air fry things, but I'm gonna start turning it on. Has anyone ever used an air fryer before? Yeah, just one? Okay, 2? Okay, I really like it, especially if you like fried foods and you want healthy fried foods. It's really good.
You might need to project a little more now.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a good way to have something healthy that's fried, pretty much. I like it. All right, next I wanted to do the tilapia, do walnut parmesan tilapia, crusted tilapia. So we're gonna make the topping for it, which will be about a tablespoon of mayo.
Can you use mayonnaise if you don't have any?
Yeah, that's right. You can use Miracle Whip or light mayo or olive oil mayo, but as long as it's kind of like that fatty substance that you can mix it with. And then same thing, a tablespoon of mustard. And then also a dash of salt and pepper. And then a little
You
bit.
mentioned olive oil mayo. I don't want to distract you from what you're doing, but can you tell me about that? What's the difference between that and, because I've seen it at the store, but I didn't know if it would be,
Healthier?
yeah.
Yeah, so it has more healthy fats than if you just got regular mayonnaise, since it's made with olive oil mayo, so it's a little bit more heart healthy. It has the same amount of calories, but if you're trying to like go towards more heart healthy fats, if it's made with olive oil, olive oil, it's gonna be a little bit better, like healthier.
What about the flavor? Would it change the flavor of your dishes?
Personally, I don't notice it. Does anyone else notice if there's a flavor difference, or do they use it? Yeah. You could try it, I wish I just sampled. I just had to use stuff at home, so I just have the regular one, but again, any type of Miracle Whip or mayonnaise would be a good substitution for this. And then a little bit of garlic powder. Okay. And some basil. Okay. Gonna keep that there. And then, so what I do, if I'm trying to make it healthy and you're trying to maybe watch the amount of carbohydrates you're eating, you can blenderize some walnuts as your topping. Otherwise, you can just use breadcrumbs, but you're gonna need something to be that like crispy top if you want it to be crunchy when you eat it. That means it's preheated. So it's gonna get kind of noisy in here. I love my food processor. All right. Does anyone have a food processor at home? Everybody, that's a staple in a kitchen to get some good things chopped. All right, so I wanted to have that ready, but I wanted to mix this up, and we're gonna spread it around on the tilapia. So spread it around. Then I wanted to add the topping on it. Just like this. And walnuts are actually really heart healthy. They have omega-3s in it, which you don't find in a lot of nuts, so it is heart healthy. Okay. And then I wanted to switch my gloves out. Sorry. Then I'm going to top it with some cheese, some Parmesan cheese. All right, so we have our 2 fish fillets ready to go. We can put this one that's been marinating for a while in the air fryer, and then in about 12 minutes, we will have some fish ready to go. So.
You got supper already good, huh?
I know, I thought, I was like, should I have it already, like, literally ready to cook? But I don't know, we'll just see how it goes timing-wise.
If it's in a regular oven, what's the temperature?
I think it was 425,
Oh, it's on
450, for 12 minutes. Okay.
Can you do it on top of stove?
You could probably pan-sear it too for the salmon, but I don't know if the tilapia would do well. I think you'd have to bake it so they got crispy. I never tried it though. Has anyone done that? It's a good question. Okay. Okay, cool.
I would think it would just be more moist.
What'd you say?
I think it would be more moist if you just fried it, probably.
Yeah.
Because of the mayonnaise, I think the mayonnaise will.
It might get, not as crispy.
Yeah.
That's my thought too. But if you want it to be super moist and like tender, you could still do it on the pan. Yeah.
I have a question about this, it says to broil it, is that absolutely necessary?
No, that's just if you want to also make it extra crispy. I did it at home and I accidentally burnt my cheese a little bit one time because I broiled it too long, so just eyeball it if you do that. But you don't have to. Yeah, you can really modify these recipes however you need to. Like for example, you don't have to blenderize your walnuts. You can get almond flour or breadcrumbs or something, but you need something like dry so it can become crispy. And you could add in different herbs and spices again, or do whatever you want to actually. Any other questions? Okay. All right, so I was gonna make our side dish last. And I also found out a really good way to chop broccoli not too long ago, because I used to like chop it like, off like that. And this is what my husband's restaurant does, and it's really convenient. So you go like this, just around. I know, it's like awesome.
You gotta have a sharp knife, but that's the thing.
Yeah, You probably could still do it with a dull knife, but it wouldn't be as like casual. But yeah, that's a handy trick. Hopefully you guys learned something.
You can buy it already chopped up.
Yeah, you can have it already. Yeah, you can buy it already chopped. Like again, the like garlic. You can have the minced garlic in a can already to go, or garlic powder. You can make it as convenient as you need to. Okay, so I'm gonna try to like, chop it up pretty tiny, so you're not having like huge chunks. Has anyone made broccoli salad at home before? Okay. Was it a different recipe or something similar?
It is very much like
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
My best piece of food, broccoli and what,
What'd you say?
just so broccoli and what I have.
Just no broccoli. No broccoli.
You know, you're throwing your, sample away, that's all I want to call it. Anyway, that part away.
You can.
I was in a restaurant, an Oriental restaurant, and they soaked those in sesame oil. They were delicious. This is a snack.
You just soak it in sesame oil and you can
They
snack.
just Julian did, and
Yeah, I have a friend, and her parents always had a big garden, and they would take the stalk, and they would cut away the heavy outer part, and there's usually a lot of fleshy, it ends up looking the same color. Cucumber or something, but there's a lot of fleshy stuff on the inside of that, and then they would just
Eat it.
eat it, you know, like a carrot or whatever, dip it in
That's a
something.
good idea.
That sounds good too, so you can.
Yeah. I also have a spiralizer at home and I thought about making it into like zoodles or something with the stem. So I was being wasteful just now.
Yeah.
well, I just thought, yeah, try it, you might like it.
That's a good idea to soak it in. I have sesame oil, so I could do that.
Since now, it tastes good.
Yeah, thanks, really.
Okay. And I was gonna say too that like if this is, since I'm cooking for one, like this is one stem of broccoli, and if this is too much volume, you can put this in like a little container and snack on it later. Like dip it in some ranch or something, but you don't have to eat this whole volume by yourself. But as you can see, I chopped it up pretty finely, so it's good and bite-sized. I'm gonna put it in the bowl.
How well does it stay, say you didn't want to eat the whole thing at one setting, how well does it stay in the refrigerator?
I would say like maybe only a couple days since I'm mixing yogurt with it. I don't know. I feel like things that are like dairy based or like mayonnaise based don't like stay as long, but that's a good question. Okay, so I was trying to make it kind of healthier than, using mayonnaise again. So I have the Greek, like non-fat Greek yogurt that's unflavored as a substitute. It's just a really good source of protein. It's still really creamy, so I'm gonna mix that with it. I wanted to give it a little bit of acid, so it gets, a little bit of extra flavor in there, but I have a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And then also, I modified the recipe. I didn't originally have bacon bits because I was doing a heart healthy specific presentation, but I feel like you guys probably wouldn't mind some bacon bits in with it. So, a tablespoon or two. And then some seeds are really good healthy fat and protein with some sunflower seeds. And then also to give it a little bit of sweetness and different texture, you can put in some craisins or raisins. Okay. I'm also gonna just, for extra flavor, add in a dash of like red pepper flakes, some onion powder, and some salt and pepper. All right, and this is easy. You just mix it all up until it's coated and spread evenly. questions so far at all about this? Oh, that just means to turn the food, but you don't have to turn it. I'm just gonna ignore it. Okay, so as you can see, it looks, just like if you put mayonnaise or something, it's still creamy and a good side dish. I know a lot of people I work with struggle in getting veggie intakes in, so this is just a really good, like, healthy vegetable side dish. All right. And, I don't know, any other questions about nutrition or cooking or recipes that you like? Yes.
I have a comment. I was listening to a radio program last week and they were interviewing a well-known cook who had just come out with a cookbook, and the focus is, I think, I got in on the middle, but they were asking her about cooking for one person. And I thought she had a real nice philosophy on it and maybe a way for us to flip our thinking. She said, when we think of cooking, we usually think of cooking for a lot of people, and it takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time. And she said when she's just cooking for herself, that's actually when she cooks the fanciest stuff. Because it's not, in her words, she said in her words, it's not hard to fry one piece of chicken. It's not hard to make one fancy sandwich or whatever, and so she kind of saves the really special things for when it is just one, because then
Kind of like when you go to a fancy restaurant and the portions are really tiny, and it's like putting all that effort for yourself in cooking.
Yeah, and she was just talking about how, she said since she likes to cook, then obviously she finds gratification in the process. She said, some people don't like to cook because it's kind of mindless chopping and different things, and so she was just trying to get people just to think about the process differently. And we talk about needing time to be quiet, needing time to maybe meditate on things, needing self-care, and then you get the payoff of eating something yummy in the end too. So she's saying, if you can kind of flip your thinking a little bit, then it maybe makes you feel more interested and more free to indulge in some of those things. So I thought that for me that was really nice, because I'm getting to the point of, or have been at the point, and I'm still adjusting to that whole empty nest thing. And so, I need to flip that thought process.
Yeah, sometimes I tell people too that they're like, oh, I need to make like all these dishes. Like I have to have this dish, this dish to make it balanced. And sometimes I'm like, okay, you don't maybe always have to have everything at a meal, but as long as throughout the day it's balanced, then that's another way to think about it. So, like I know some people that it's like they might just have like a yogurt and like some carrots in the evening because they ate a big lunch, so they don't have to like have something intricate at each meal. So, that's another way to look at it.
Would you mind sharing, who the author of that book is, or the name of the book?
I don't remember the name, but it's Nigella Lawson.
Yeah.
It's bad not to say.
Yeah.
Do you have any crock-pot recipes?
I do on my laptop that I can email. Oh, Instapot recipes. But you can use it as a crock-pot recipe too.
Can you do a class on
Yeah, I could do that. I'm gonna be teaching in July, and I could do crock-pot stuff. That's good. Were you gonna ask something? Or- I think I'm gonna also. I used to teach classes at Hy-Vee, and I'll probably start doing that again at some point too. Or if you know of any place that has a good like kitchen setup, I guess I can keep coming here and do like this. But yeah. Any other questions?
When we flew it to truck in the mail,
Yeah. All right. All right. So this is what it looks like in here. It's pretty much like the same as if you baked it. I don't know if you can see it. I know. I love this thing. It's awesome.
And it's called
Now, what,
what?
I've heard people say they've gotten too small ones. What size is that? What's it considered?
This was a gift, so I want to say it was, I think it's a larger one, but I can't remember.
Right. Okay, I was just curious.
It was a Christmas gift, actually. I know, does anyone have the Instapot here? Okay, I was like, that's another really good equipment piece, and I know, I would recommend a 6-quart if you got that one. But, I don't know, I have a bigger family, I have like a husband and 2 kids, so I probably need more bigger equipment. All right, so I was gonna like serve up samples for you guys and pass them around, so.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
You need some help?
I might need some help, just like passing them out. And how many do we have? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I won't eat fish.
Okay, so you just have the broccoli.
Just the salad, just a small portion.
Okay,
I'll get the salad for her and then
I'm trying to evenly divide it so everyone can have it. So like 9. Do you guys want any samples too?
Sure, if there's some left
We
over.
won't compare.
I won't,
Okay.
I won't turn it down.
Okay. Thank you. I'm making this difficult.
I noticed you left the skin on the salmon.
Yeah. Do you take it off typically?
Some of them suggest you take it off and some of them say leave it on. I don't.
It's pretty easy to take
I
on
agree.
salmon, it's easy to.
All right. There's one.
I
just keep it in house.
leave mine, I don't need it.
Yeah, that's what I
I
do,
think
yeah.
I hold it together
Yeah.
properly.
Here, little guy.
I don't
I know it's kind of hard.
salmon steak once and I made it, that's all it.
No, I really don't. I think I'm gonna take this. It's really good.
off this thing.
It's all nicely too, salmon. Salmon broiled, you would.
Betty, would you like
I
a
want you to look too light.
Thank you.
Well, if you overcook it.
It looks good.
Yeah.
And that
There you go.
bill,
I'm
that
hoping I have enough.
machine that you call it, is that it's a what?
What it?
What
Oh,
is that machine?
that's called an air fryer.
Air fryer.
What else do you do in your air fryer?
Potatoes.
Yeah, pretty much if you buy anything that's like meant to be deep fried, I put in there like if I buy chicken nuggets or fries, but you can also roast potatoes. I use it a lot for proteins. I'm trying to think what else. Like I get like popcorn shrimp and I put it in there. I've done like air fried cauliflower before. You can like put batter on things and put them in there. Like if you want to make your own battered items. I'm trying to think.
There's a lot of cookbooks for them too.
Yeah. Are you able to get it out? It's kind of hard in there.
Temperature on those?
Oh yeah, and if you do use your air fryer, I just put it at 400 degrees for 12 minutes for these recipes. Any other
Thank you.
questions at all? Alright, there's that, and there's forks down.
Put some forks on this. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. How's it?
Well, I got my mask in the way. It's not the food that I was laughing about.
Okay, and then.
Did you advertise a little for your husband?
I don't do any advertising. I actually started my own dietetic practice, so I have my own thing I'm doing, but I definitely eat a lot of Chinese food too.
Well,
But you
Chen's
didn't tell us
restaurant, right?
Yeah, Chen's restaurant.
Okay.
Take on from there.
Oh yeah, they're doing very well. They did very well with COVID.
The pork fried rice is
There's like maybe just a little bit more. Okay.
Way up on the hill by Anderson. I haven't eaten out much.
Yeah, our restaurant did very well this year since we have like takeout and drive-through and delivery. So we did pretty good. All right.
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't notice the fly until.
The fly?
They're good. They're all pretty good.
Oh, I thought, okay, you just wanted the broccoli. And there's like only a little bit left of the other stuff. I feel bad. I tried planning it out so everyone could have some.
Yeah, you did pretty good.
Delicious.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys can, use these recipes at home so you're not having tons of leftovers.
The broccoli sounds very good, a little too tart for my taste.
I might have put maybe.
With the Greek because it's tart anyways, could you not substitute a teaspoon of sugar or 2 teaspoons of sugar with the Greek, so that.
Yeah.
I think that would make it'd be more like a coleslaw dressing.
Yeah, I've seen that in a few recipes where there was sugar added, but I know there might be some people that have diabetes that might be watching their sugar, so I was like, okay, the raisins might be good enough, but you can totally add sugar into it.
I was thinking that's why I liked it, was because it wasn't sweet.
Oh, really? Yeah, everyone's different with their preferences.
It's good.
very good.
I don't think I've ever bought a piece of salmon.
Oh, yeah, you should. They have it at all the grocery stores, and you can get it frozen or fresh. So, do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool.
It's good for us.
Yeah, it's very good. Full of lots of healthy
I eat a
fats.
lot of tuna out of the can, so.
Oh, and they have canned salmon too, but this probably tastes a lot better.
Yeah, this is a whole lot different than canned.
With the glaze that you used on the salmon, would that be appropriate to use on chicken or on white chicken breast?
Yeah, I was thinking if you wanted to marinate it in that same thing, but for chicken, it would totally work. I just couldn't use my one air fryer for chicken and fish because the chicken would cook
Yeah.
differently. But you can. Good questions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
no problem.
And I
Thank
The
you.
air fryer, you cook the salmon in it for 12 minutes, that's 400.
Yeah, it's super
That might be
easy.
an investment.
Yeah, I mean, that was in there for 12 minutes. Good. This was only in here for 12 minutes. That was good.
Very good.
White hair.
Yes.
What's the name of your organization and what does it mean?
Oh, so I just started my own practice. It's called Manhattan Nutrition Clinic. So I, do one-on-one nutrition counseling with people, and I accept all insurances. So, yeah, if you know anyone wanting to meet with a dietitian, yeah.
What about Food and Farm Council? Can you talk about that?
What?
Food and Farm
Food
Council.
Farm Council. Okay. So that one is a big organization. Vicki James runs it, and so she. There's different branches. There's like the food safety, there's like the sustainability wing, and then the education. And so I'm the head of the nutrition education portion. So we have different things that we do. Like we help, meet with partners, and we helped with like the blessing boxes. We've helped, do like nutrition education classes like this, and we've helped with. Oh, God, there's like so many things that
The
we've
kitchen started, the kitchen packets.
Yeah, kitchen restore, there's like mobile kitchens, there's so many things that we're involved with. This past year has been kind of stagnant with COVID, but I'm trying to think. I know Power of Produce is one. Yeah.
Can you tell us how it got started, why it got started?
Uh,
And like, do you know some of
the
what's the motivation and the philosophy behind having this with all this different stuff?
Yeah, well, we know that there's a need in the community for maybe people to get healthy or like have resources to cook healthy or like be safe with their cooking. So Vicky would be a much better person to ask because she's the head of everything. And I kind of joined in a year after it had started, but we partner with like other people in the community that could be like good partners to make sure that we meet those needs of the community. So there's a lot of projects that we're involved with, and this is just one wing of it. And on this wing, this is just one piece of how to reach those goals. So there's a lot. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, and then how does farm come into it? What is food and farm?
So like having local and sustainability is a thing. So trying to partner with like farmers in the community. Like we're doing a lot of stuff with the farmers market. Like trying to make sure that like people get local produce and like fresh items, and because it can get expensive. So we are partnering with people like that too. So does that answer your question? I hope it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I first saw it, I extension came in my mind,
Yeah.
but you're not connected with them at all.
Extension is a partner with us.
Okay.
There's a lot of partnerships like from different organizations, like the farmers market, like different clinics in town, like the county. So if more people want to get involved, we accept anyone in the community to be a partner for us.
Because you're trying to reach everybody, every age range, and
Exactly.
right, so that's why you need all these partners to.
Exactly. So it takes a lot of resources and people. So that's why they're trying to like get all the help we can to do things. Yeah. So you'll probably see more about Food and Farm Council. We're also doing a Power of Produce thing with a farmers market here this summer to like help kids like pick out fresh produce. We helped with the blessing boxes. We're going to be doing more educational classes. I don't know. If you have more opportunities that you think we would be good for, let us know.
How do you get a hold of Food and Farm Council?
You can let me know. Are you wanting to be involved or like say that there's a need somewhere?
Be involved.
Yeah, I can get your information and then you can even like attend our next meeting or I'll have you like as a helper if you want to. Yeah, definitely.
So would you do like programs for different organizations?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
With your address on it.
Yeah, I have mine. The Food and Farm Council doesn't supply business cards, so I just had to bring my own, but it's my contact.
Just something with it.
Yes.
They're up there.
Yeah.
They're on the table with the recipes.
I just walked by that table.
Oh yeah, I can get you it. So please let us know of other opportunities where we can be helping.
Well, whenever we get where we can get back together, I know a program that I know somebody that.
Yeah. So if you want any speakers or help or resources, yeah. We're a great community resource for everybody. Any other questions?
You're a good kid.
Oh, thank you.
Really nice presentation.
No, yeah, thank you so much. I look forward to doing more. So.
I like the way you measure. That's
That's the way mama cooks.
I know, I was like, at Hy-Vee, I would be like super, like, they have like tiny dishes. I was like, I don't have those, I'm just gonna eyeball it like I do at home. That's how I cook at home. So, okay, thank you so much. So,
Thank you.
thanks.